Today will be another video about a DC street legend by the name of Tony Lewis. What's up, y'all? So I just want to address things as they come. What's up, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is B Octavia. I am 24 years old and I'm from Washington, DC. I do have a almost 4-year-old, and I'm also an entrepreneur. My business is called Crush on You Beauty. If you haven't seen the video that I put out on Crush on You Beauty, make sure that you do. Orders go out once a week usually. I update when I'm going to ship orders like the day before or so, but I'm gonna get better with that, and I'm gonna have a set day where I ship. So today will be another video about a DC street legend by the name of Tony Lewis. If you are unfamiliar with who Tony Lewis is, Tony Lewis was basically a very close associate that helped Rayful Edmond run his drug empire. Tony Lewis is in prison for helping run this major organization, and he remains in prison on a life sentence. Rayful Edmond met a man by the name of Cornell Jones, another fellow DC drug kingpin, and through Jones and Tony Lewis, Rayful Edmond made key drug connections. On April 15th, 1989, Rayful Edmond and 28 other of his associates were arrested. The first arrest was Tony Lewis, and he was captured in Arlington, Virginia. Rayful Edmond himself was sentenced to 2 life sentences for being responsible for this drug empire, and Tony Lewis was given 1 life sentence. Rayful got the 2 life sentences related to running this drug empire. Rayful, of course, as we know, got his 2 life sentences reduced to ash, basically. And he also got his mother's prison sentence reduced. She was sentenced to about 24 years for being involved in this drug operation. He got both of their sentences reduced to ash for striking up a deal with police after being caught for still running this drug empire from behind bars. So once he was caught, he did not stop then. Okay, he did not stop doing his deals and stuff, but he let the police in on it for some time, and then it was shut down. In this agreement, he continued to operate his drug business behind bars and let the police wiretap and do all of these things. Now, the thing about it was that they were already supposed to be doing that. You know, they were already supposed to be listening in and hearing what they needed to hear, but they weren't doing that for some time. 100+ people were arrested and convicted due to Rayful Edmond's help. In 2019, the U.S. government was seeking for Rayful to be released. They do not have the same energy for Mr. Tony Lewis. And why I say that, and why that is pretty much facts to me, is the people around Rayful were more powerful than he was and had more knowledge than he did. And I'll get into why I say that. He would need a presidential pardon, said his son, Tony Lewis Jr., who is a well-known advocate for for returning citizens from prison to communities, different programs to help them adjust back into the world as they don't know it, you know, especially if they've been in prison for a while. There needs to be a lot more programs and things for convicted felons to do so they don't end up back in prison. Tony Lewis Jr. does not make excuses for his father's actions, choices, or what he had to witness as a result of that. And he chose to go down a path that, quite frankly, might get his father freed. To me, it's like half and half. You know, it is unfortunate that this is how things go, but if there is a situation like this, I would want the offspring to be so much better and choose a different path. You know, these are the questions that we need to answer, being as though there have been talks of Rayful being released back in 2008, 2009. You know, there have been talks all the way up until today if he is still locked up or not. After nearly 30 years, does Tony Lewis deserve a chance at freedom? Even with his huge role in helping run this drug operation, was his role more significant than Rayful's in his own organization? Honestly, I think that it shows, number one, that being noble and sticking to a certain code where you're not telling on yourself, you're not telling on other people that you done stuff with, or you done witnessed them doing things. You ain't trying to get nobody caught up to reduce nothing. You're taking your time and you're doing it. It doesn't get noticed. You know, it doesn't get any type of recognition. It doesn't get any type of support. Tony Lewis got 1 life sentence and Rayful got 2. Rayful's 2 life sentences were erased due to the help that he gave police, and after telling on everybody in his very early past. As I mentioned in a previous video, Columbus Daniel was released some time ago after serving majority of his sentence, if not all. So being noble doesn't get you rewarded, and on top of that huge fact, if you obviously have street power and street knowledge, you are a huge threat to the US, period. And if you are not willing to share that knowledge and share what you know, aka snitching, they're going to try to lock you up and throw away the key. Tony Lewis's son works very hard to change society's views of convicted felons and improve prison reform in a positive and effective way. And what this says to me in Tony Lewis's son being an advocate is that unfortunately our elders aren't perfect, but within accepting their flaws there comes unconditional love. You know, his life being like that, he could have chose to be resentful. He could have chose to go down the exact same path, because that's what happens a lot of the times. But he's very aware of how his childhood was. He has children now himself, so it's a very beautiful thing to see. It comes unconditional love, but still. But we must be conscious of how we felt. We must be conscious of the life that we had, the toxicity, the drama, the ups, the downs, and how we don't want our offspring to feel the same way. In my opinion, Tony Lewis should be given a chance at freedom, seeing as though Rayful has his chance. You know, seeing as though Columbus Daniels has his chance. And there are numerous of more people that I will be talking about on my channel that are getting their chances as well. But Tony Lewis, to me, he may not be as dangerous as Wayne Perry was, but at the same time, both of them have life sentences for a reason, and I think it's more so because of the knowledge that they possess, because of the power, yes, but because of the knowledge. You can't forget that. It's very important. Please leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you feel like Tony Lewis should be given a chance at freedom, especially seeing as though he ain't fold like Rayful did? You know what I mean? Like, give me the 411 on how you feel. If there are any updates, I will be giving them to y'all. Y'all know that, live and direct. But until then, it's your girl B Octavia, and I will see y'all in my next video.